Hello people, I'm Jaby KOAY, joined by ACHARA KIRK.
What's up?
I know what y'all are thinking. Why this music video?
Because it's awesome.
Well, we have permission for it. So this one is called Sathya and Jen POTTUM POGATTUME with Arjun and Lavanya Tripathi. It also says hashtag Logi. I'm not sure what that means, or Logi, Logi. Any guesses? Any guesses, ACHARA KIRK?
Logi.
It says written and directed by Madras Logi Vignesh. I'm sure I am pronouncing his name wrong. I apologize in advance, but we are trying here. And music directors, Sathya, Ravi, and Jen Martin. Lyrics are by Vishnu Edavan. So let's go ahead and check this one out together, shall we? Here we go.
Oh, wow, deep, okay. Is that blood?
நான் உங்க லவ் குரு.
Ahimsa.
இன்னைக்கு இருக்கிற காலகட்டத்துல நம்ம எல்லாருக்குமே பொதுவா இருக்கிற விஷயம் இந்த வைரஸ். பேண்டமிக். வைரஸ் வந்து எல்லாரையுமே தனிமைப்படுத்தி வச்சிருக்கிற அஹிம்சா மெடிக்கல் சென்டர். உங்க வீட்டில் இருக்கிற ஒருத்தருக்கோ இல்லை நீங்க காதலிக்கிற ஒருத்தருக்கோ இந்த வைரஸ் வந்துடுச்சு. அஹிம்சா அவங்களை அரெஸ்ட் பண்ணி கூட்டிட்டு போயிட்டாங்க. அவங்களுக்கு என்ன ஆச்சுன்னே தெரியல ஃபீல் பண்றவங்க இந்த ஷோக்கு கால் பண்ணி அவங்க கிட்ட அவங்க லவ்வை ஷேர் பண்ணணும். பேஷண்ட்ஸ் எல்லாரும் கேட்குறாங்கன்னா நம்புவோம்.
பா, நான் மைக்கேல் பேசுறேன்ப்பா. எவ்வளவு முயற்சி பண்ணி என்ன இந்த செவத்தை தாண்டி உள்ள விடவே இல்லை. ஆனா நீ எதுக்கும் கவலைப்படாதுப்பா. கூடி சீக்கிரமே மருந்து வந்துடும் எல்லாரும் பேசிக்கிறாங்க.
ஐயா, என் பொண்ணு அங்க இருந்து தப்பிச்சு வந்திருந்தா ஐயா. ஆனா நாய் அடிக்கிற மாதிரி அவளை அடிச்சு ஹாஸ்பிட்டல் அவன் இழுத்துட்டு போயிடுச்சு. அவன் இப்போ உயிரோட இருக்கிறாளா இல்லன்னு கூட எனக்கு தெரியல. அம்மா அஞ்சலி, தைரியமா இருமா.
Hi sir, நான் டாக்டர் சிவா. 1 வருஷம் ஆச்சு சார்.
He's got a great voice.
என் ஆயிஷாவை ட்ரீட்மெண்ட் பண்றேன்னு அஹிம்சா மெடிக்கல் சென்டர் கூட்டிட்டு போய்.
Didn't we see him in a movie recently?
Oh yeah. From Master.
Yeah.
அவளை பத்தி எந்த இன்ஃபர்மேஷனும் இல்லை சார். எங்க 2 பேருக்கும் அப்பா அம்மா கிடையாது சார். ஒரே ஆசிரமத்தில் தான் வளர்ந்தோம். ரொம்ப பாசமா இருந்தோம். ஆனா அவ என் கூட இருந்த வரைக்கும் இது லவ்வா ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஷிப் பண்ணி புரியல சார். அவளை அஹிம்சா என்கிட்ட பிரிச்சு கூட்டிட்டு போனதுக்கு அப்புறம் தான் சார் எனக்கே புரியுது இது லவ்னு. ஆயிஷா, நீ என்ன லவ் பண்றியா இல்லையான்னு எனக்கு தெரியல. ஆனா உன்னை எப்படியாச்சும் பார்த்து இதெல்லாம் சொல்லணும்னு அந்த செவரு முன்னாடி நிற்கிறது நாளே இல்லை. ஆனா நான் விட்டுற மாட்டேன் ஆயிஷா. நான் இன்னைக்கு அஹிம்சா வரேன். எப்படியாச்சும் உன்னை பார்ப்பேன்.
Wow, this is epic.
இந்நிகழ்ச்சியை தடங்கல் செய்வதற்கு வருந்துகிறோம். ஒரு முக்கிய அறிவிப்பு. அஹிம்சா மெடிக்கல் சென்டரில் இருந்து இன்றும் சில பேர் தப்பித்தனர். அவர்களை பிடிக்க தனிப்படை ஒன்று அமைக்கப்பட்டுள்ளது. தப்பித்தவர்கள் அனைவரின் இடது கைகளில் இன்ஃபெக்ட் என்று பச்சை குத்தி இருக்கும். நேர்கள் இவர்களை கண்டறிந்தால் உடனடியாக அஹிம்சா மெடிக்கல் சென்டருக்கு தெரிவிக்கவும்.
Is it her? She's like, let me in!
He's like, I don't believe
Let me
this.
in, my love! I want to eat your brains! Oh.
உன்னாலடி
He's like, babe, no. What is that? Is it the shield?
That's creepy.
Yeah. Oh my god, more. Uh-oh. Bye. Please come back. Where's Uncle?
ஷோவோட முடிவுக்கு வந்துட்டோம். நம்மளை சுற்றி இருக்கிற எல்லா விஷயத்துக்குமே ஒரு முடிவு இருக்குங்க. இந்த வைரஸ் பேண்டமிக் எல்லாத்துக்குமே. ஆனால் நம்ம ரொம்ப செல்ஃப்லெஸ்ஸாக ஒருத்தங்களை லவ் பண்ணும்போது அந்த லவ்க்கு முடிவே இல்லை. திஸ் மீ லவ் குரு சைனிங் ஆஃப். ஸ்டே ஸ்ட்ராங், டோன்ட் கிவ் அப்.
badge on his jacket, but then I wasn't sure. I was like, wait, was that supposed to be his jacket? But I guess it is. So he was part of Ahimsa, and then he ran away. But it's interesting to me because if I remember correctly from my yoga classes, doesn't Ahimsa mean to do no harm?
Well, that's the irony, isn't it?
Well, that's the irony, is that they're being taken to the center, which is supposed to be helping people, but they're not, and it's just so ominous and terrifying.
I think those masks are slightly inspired by The Purge. I don't know if those masks were actually used in The Purge, but just the look of the X and the smiley face, I feel like I saw that in the Purge posters. I've only seen one Purge film, so I can't say that with full certainty, but that's the connection my mind is making. I miss these kinds of music videos that we used to get here in like the 80s and 90s. Like Thriller was a whole story thing of Michael Jackson taking his date out and then he becomes a werewolf. All this was missing was like a little shuffle dance at some point. We used to have these more. All the music videos I'm thinking of are Michael Jackson related, like even Black or White. Or Black and White. It's like there's a whole story to that one, and it's, you know, it's a whole thing. We don't really do that anymore. Everything is catered towards Spotify or whatever the music apps are, which is like fast turnaround, like 2-minute songs, so that, you know, you can get as many replays as possible, so you top the charts more, you know, you're more likely to top the charts. It's all geared by metrics now, and, you know, whatever's trending. But I think this is actually really cool. This idea is awesome. I don't really understand its connection fully to the coronavirus because I'm not sure what it's trying to say with regards to that. So I'm kind of setting that aside. I just like the idea a lot of, you know, tying this music to this story of this guy who's just trying to get back to this girl that he loves. It's very like innocent, and in a way it's kind of primal. It's like, it's
pure.
It's pure. It's like, it's something that we all kind of understand on some level, either because of environment, because we grew up with that, or just because it's innate. Like there's something about that we just inherently get. Especially in a dire situation like that, like you just sort of hone in on one person. That's your light at the end of the tunnel. That's what you're fighting for. It's just very easy to understand, even though this is like far removed from what we're experiencing at the moment here in the States, at least. You know, obviously the situation's not 100 in India right now with coronavirus. I just enjoyed this, you know, I thought it was pretty cool.
I agree with you. It was really awesome. So well executed with the production as well. I thought the set design was great, the costumes, and like big shout out to Arjun Das. I mean, he is such an interesting actor. Like his voice is so unique and interesting. He's got a great look. Like, I think this guy is gonna be huge.
God cranked up the bass on his voice like nobody's business. It's like, good grief. It's so deep. It's like,
it's so unique that it's so recognizable, because the moment he started speaking, like I didn't recognize his name yet, but now I'm just gonna try and commit that to memory because he's gonna be a megastar. Do you know what I mean? Like there's no way he's not gonna be. But just hearing his voice, and all of a sudden I was like, the memory files went, and it was like, oh, he was in Master, of course, with the cool hair and the beard and everything. And you know, he's the hero now in this, and he kind of has that cool, you know, kind of James Dean
swagger,
bad boy feel. You know, I'm digging it.
I think the only two things that stood out to me that I wish was maybe taken more time with. I mean, obviously it's a music video, and so I
think I know what you're gonna say.
Well, the first thing that I noticed was the sign. There's a lot of CGI in the beginning, right?
Okay.
And there's the sign for Ahimsa. It looked a little janky. I can forgive most of that, but the sign was like a little bit weird looking. But outside of that, like, I could sort of just find myself, you know, accepting. It's all about suspension of disbelief, and I could accept the world that they were building, you know, in terms of CGI and whatnot, to convey this is the future, it's dire, etc. I got all that. It's just that sign looked a little low rent. And then the fight scene, it did its job. I just wish that because that was such an important part of this piece, you know, because it was so emphasized, this action sequence, which is like at least 30-40% of this video. I wish that more time was taken with it, with the choreography or the execution of it at least, because it felt like there were some jump cuts and I couldn't quite follow the action. It was just like stuff was happening, and for me, I had to sort of shut off my choreography brain, shut off my filmmaker brain a little bit, and just go, okay, what are the emotional stakes here? And just sort of let that ride me to the end of the video. And I thought it was cool. You know, it's a nice little story, and it was very self-contained. They said there's gonna be a sequel to this or something like that, but I thought that they did a good job of self-containing this. And the initial part of it was like, I'm gonna go find you, but then she shows up at his door, plot twist, right? And what that allows is, Even though I kind of would have liked to have seen him go after her.
Like that adventure, like what that would have been like, going through the terrain and what the world is like.
Something like the end of The Last of Us, rescuing Ellie. It kind of would have been cool to see some hospital scene like that. But the fact that she came to his door because it's like they were meeting in the middle, so to speak, emotionally, right?
Yeah, she just had to come back to him.
Yeah. So for the fight scene to take place there, and like I thought it was really cool. They managed to do a lot with that one location.
It was really, really good. Like, it's just a well done little piece. Like, it doesn't have to be this huge thing. You can have a small group of actors and like 1 or 2 locations and just make something really cool. And the reason why it's cool is because you've got a good song and a great story.
Right.
To like marry it together, you know?
Right. Give the uncle a line.
No.
He shook his head. I'm like, that's all he gets? Not even 5?
Come on, Cha-Cha.
Not even 5? Come on, give him an under 5, you know? Can you explain that?
So, for those of you that don't know, an under 5 is basically like one of probably the lowest credit that you can get, and it's basically you booked a role, it's a speaking role, but you have less than 5 lines. Yeah, so you're not an extra.
Yeah, you're not an extra, but you're also not getting residuals.
Yeah.
So, you guys, thanks so much for hanging out. Hopefully you enjoyed that. And yeah, let us know your feelings in the comments below. I'm Jaby KOAY. This is
ACHARA KIRK.
Peace out.